You are now listening to T on One Radio, the talk show podcast station, bringing you Inspire Our Podcast, your source for positive mental stimulation and good vibes, uplifting the world in support of peace, strength, wisdom, and faith. The information and resources on this podcast are based on the opinions of the host, unless otherwise noted. All information is intended to motivate, encourage, and inspire positive change and a healthier lifestyle. This podcast may contain some quotations, images, and or excerpts from copyrighted material. These uses fall well within the copyright doctrine of fair use. Welcome, I am your host, Tony Williams. Good afternoon and welcome to the Inspire Our Podcast. I am your host, Tony Williams, and our title for today is Unleash Your Full Potential, a Journey of Self-Improvement. So again, welcome to all my new listeners and all of my day ones. Your support is highly appreciated and your feedback is welcomed. Now, dear listeners, welcome to a world where self-improvement is not just a buzzword, but a way of life. In this episode, we will dive into the incredible journey of unleashing your full potential by nurturing personal growth, expanding your horizons, and embracing positive change. There is an immense power within each of us, waiting to be unleashed. So let's embark on this remarkable voyage of self-improvement together. So we'll get started with our first section, embracing the growth mindset. It does start in the mind, right? Of course it does. So the first step toward self-improvement starts with adopting a growth mindset. So what does that mean? How do we get there? Believe that your abilities and intelligence can be developed with dedication and effort rather than being fixed traits. Now that says a lot, right? It's an embrace of challenges as opportunities for growth. Maintain a positive attitude and persevere in the face of setbacks. We all have them. Setbacks, they come and go, and we're not guaranteed not to. So that makes us very important. Again, it starts with the mind, and the rest of the body will basically follow. Embracing the growth mindset is the foundation of unlocking your full potential. Because let's be honest, if you don't believe in you, how can anyone else believe in you? You know how you listen to someone and they're talking to you and you're looking at them. You're hearing them. But it sounds like what they're saying, you're thinking, okay, are you trying to convince myself or you? You're trying to convince yourself, right? Because that's what it sounds like. Embracing the growth mindset is truly the foundation of unlocking your full potential. You got to believe in you. You have to believe you. Right? So our next section, setting meaningful goals. Okay. Sounds pretty easy, right? But this is an important section right here. This is an important step that, it's easier, a little bit easier when you try to plan things, right? Goal setting. To navigate the seas of self-improvement, it is crucial to set meaningful and achievable goals. Okay, yeah, makes sense, right? Define your aspirations and create a roadmap to reach them. Okay, so know what you're good at, right? Put that up there and see what you can do with that. Define your aspirations and create a roadmap to reach them. Okay, let's say I want to be a chef, right? So what would I need to do to get going? Because my goal is to become a chef. How do I get there? Classes, degree, practice. All those things fall in line, and that is your roadmap. So first I've got it in my mind. I've embraced the growth mindset. I need to do something to get going here, right? Okay, being a chef. Got it. So my mind is ready for the growth. I've set the goals. I'm going to go to school. I'm going to get, a degree to become a chef. I'm going to continue practicing. I love cooking. So, yeah, it makes sense. So we've got those two. Embracing the growth mindset, setting the meaningful goals. Whatever your goals are, don't hesitate. Don't talk yourself out of it before you actually take any proper steps toward it. So what do we do now? Well, the next is cultivating self-discipline and consistency. That can be a little challenging, but it doesn't have to be as hard as we actually make it. It's us sitting down and sticking to our plans. If it's going to school to become a chef, actually get enrolled, start attending, practice, study hard, and look forward to graduation. So you have to go. Rain, sleet, or snow, unless the school is closed, I'm going to be there to become, get my lesson in to become a chef. But I got to be there. I've got to have an open mind and learn. So cultivating self-discipline and consistency is a big one. Building self-discipline is the key to personal growth. Develop a routine that aligns with your goals and commits to it consistently. Same word, consistency. Because if we're not doing it, it's not going to happen. We can't just sit there and think about it and visualize and be like, okay, I'm just going to say this is what's going to happen, and it's going to happen without me having to do anything. No, we've got to put in the work for it. So it takes consistency. Make small but impactful changes in your daily habits. This really does help. Stay focused and accountable. Responsible, right? Adults. Yeah, hold yourself accountable. That way you get it done. And you definitely have to stay focused. You can't let the world around you that's possibly crumbling to ash stop you from doing what it is you need to do for you. So stay focused and hold yourself accountable. Remember, it is through consistent efforts that great accomplishments are achieved. Discipline is the bridge between dreams and reality. So we can't just, think growth in our mind, set goals, but then skip the self-discipline and consistency to get it done. We need those. Because without those and putting that in action, it won't happen. I dare you to believe in yourself and try. Now, our next section, expanding your knowledge and skills. Never stop learning. I don't care how old you are. Never, ever, ever stop learning. See, it's about, I said mine would be going to college to become a chef. That's expanding your knowledge and skill. Hands-on training, and then the practice at home or wherever else, it's adding. So never stop learning. Broaden your horizons by reading, attending workshops, or joining online courses. Seek knowledge that resonates with your passion and interest. Go ahead, you got this. Master a new skill or explore a field that challenges you. Anything easy we get bored with really fast, right? It's like a kid on Christmas. Get him a toy. He or she might play with it that day, and you might not see that thing again until you done stepped on it and got upset and wanted to throw it away, which could be almost the next year. So get something that really challenges you, challenges the mind, challenges you to be better. The more knowledge you accumulate, the more confident and capable you become. Knowledge is power, and it fuels personal growth. Yes, it does. So now, our next section, nurturing self-care and well-being. Oh, y'all didn't think it was going to be in there. Yes, of course. It has to. Improving oneself goes beyond intellectual growth. Pay close attention to your physical and mental well-being. Nurture self-care by practicing meditation, exercising regularly, eating nutritious foods, and most importantly, getting enough sleep. We can't do any of these things we just talked about without proper rest. You have to take care of you first before anything or anyone else. Because if you're not taking care of you, you can't take care of anyone else. And you won't realize your dreams and bring it into fruition with your hard work and everything. Because you're not up for the task. So cultivate a mindful approach to life and embrace activities that bring you joy and peace. Now, this is very important because oftentimes in life we find ourselves doing what other people want to do rather than what we want to do. So yeah, there's times in there where so many other things come up and there are so many other needs from people around you that you don't get a chance to do anything that brings you joy and peace and comfort and happiness, or you just, a hobby, anything you enjoy. So please remember, self-care is not selfish. It is an essential part of self-improvement. Now, the next, building a supportive network. We all need that. No question about that. It is very important to have a great support system. So surround yourself with positive and inspiring individuals who believe in your journey towards self-improvement. That one homeboy or the one friend girl or a cousin or a sister or brother, auntie, uncle, co-worker. Just whatever you have for inspiring individuals around you. And definitely engage in meaningful conversations, share ideas, and seek advice from mentors who have, walked a similar path. Connect with those like-minded individuals through networking events or online communities. Keep in mind, a supportive network fuels motivation, and it helps to overcome those many challenges that you may face. Because I will tell you guys, my anxiety buddy is my little sister, Sunny Giovanni. There it is. Who's an author, by the way. So, being a little sister, she helps motivate and push me and keep it positive, and that's what we all need. So make sure you're picking the right people for your inspirational individuals. Now, to the next Embracing failure as a learning opportunity. See, this has been one of those parts and pieces that has shown throughout history the reaction of failure, what they ended up doing instead of giving up entirely or ending up in an insane asylum or ending up an alcoholic or whatever the case may be from a failure. Do not fear failure. Actually embrace it. Failure is not the end, but a stepping stone towards growth. Things happen. They really do. But don't beat yourself up. Take that negative and turn it into a positive. Do not fear failure. Again, I'll say embrace it. It's not the end, it's a stepping stone. So simply learn from your mistakes, adapt, and keep moving forward. Keep pushing. A monster threw a car at you on your way to school. Keep going. Get to school. Forget that monster. Talk about it after school. Keep pushing. View failures as valuable lessons that can propel you closer to success. In life, it's give and take, even in this. So there are no areas to where we have the luxury of not being challenged or experiencing a bit of disappointment or plans fell through. It happens, but you are not a failure. And what you take as a failure is just a lesson. You know how people say practice makes perfect? I don't think it makes perfect. It just makes you better. We're not going to look for perfection. And failure is only an opportunity to do better. Yes. So now let's recap what we got. 1, embracing the growth mindset, which we know we got to do that. It starts with the mind. 2, setting meaningful goals. Goals that are actually feasible. That actually makes it a little easier on yourself. Don't set any goals that's outlandish and you'll never complete it. No. 3, cultivating self-discipline and consistency. It is a must. It's the only way we graduate from high school or college, or we work hard to go from intern to the boss, or to become a chef, or a nurse, or a doctor. It takes consistency. 4, expanding your knowledge and skills. That's learning. That's going to school. That's getting hands-on training. 5, nurturing self-care and well-being. You have to take care of you before you can take care of anything. 6, building a supportive network. Surround yourself with positive people who can help motivate you and help you through your growth. Mike can give you some tips or ideas or vice versa. 7, embracing failure as a learning opportunity. Again, do not fear failure. Embrace it. It's not the end. It's just a stepping stone toward growth. Now, in conclusion, dear listeners, self-improvement is a lifelong journey of self-discovery, growth, and transformation, which requires dedication, resilience, and a mindset open to change. Take the first step today. Embrace the power within you and unlock your full potential. Believe in yourself. Set meaningful goals and consistently work toward them. Remember, the path to self-improvement is not always smooth, but it is undoubtedly worth it. So, embark on this extraordinary journey and watch yourself blossom into the best version of you. Here is this week's affirmation. This is your weekly affirmation. I am consistently evolving and growing, embracing the limitless potential within me. Each day, I am committed to becoming a better version of myself. Quote for the week. Your quote of this week is, "Life is a journey of continuous self-improvement. Like a butterfly emerging from its cocoon, we too have the power to transform and soar to unimaginable heights." You have been listening to Inspire Our Podcast by TO1 Radio, the talk show podcast station. Know that you are loved, cherished, and needed. So keep your head up and your heart light. Until the next time, have a blessed and productive week. I've been your host, Tony Williams. TO1 Radio Station listeners are awesome. Because of this, your voice is very important. Listeners are encouraged and welcome to call in live during a show or leave a message with your thoughts and opinions, whether it's the Sound Meditation Podcast, the Tony on One Podcast, the Sister Talk Podcast with Sister Such and Such, the Underground Podcast about music, or Inspire Our Podcast. We're trying to inspire the world. That's TO1 Radio. So listeners' voice is very important. So give us a call at 318-315-3586. Again, 318-315-3586. And voice your opinion. Hi guys, this is Tony on One. And I am here to tell you a little bit about my radio station. All shows are by TO1 Radio, the talk show podcast station. Shows are available anytime for download, play on demand, and they're on most of your podcast sites and or apps. Subscribe and hit the notification bell on YouTube. The name over there is Tony on One, as well as like, follow, and share on social media. We're on one. So tune in for raw, uncut talk.